to keep talking about your offer without constantly having to just talk about the offer, right? You can talk about the results in a very different way. Sharing your clients' wins, like every simple thing can be a win. Whether they just started feeling more confident or whether they finally were able to take the first step towards where they want to go, right? Share all of that because people love to celebrate. Hello and welcome to the Brave Marketing Podcast with your host, Swapna Thomas. This is the podcast for the renegades, the trailblazing leaders, and the change makers who don't just have a business, it's your calling. Those of you who want to make a difference and make money, but all on your own terms. I'm on a mission to show as many life coaches as possible how you can have more income, more impact, and infinitely more fun by being unapologetically and bravely you and breaking all the rules. I have created 5-figure months with no paid ads, a tiny list, and zero complicated sales funnels. Simplifying marketing and teaching you how to use it for good in the world is my zone of genius. With this podcast, I'm here to share weekly episodes on the soul and the strategy of marketing, mindset, money, and everything online business. Let's dive into today's episode. Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Brave Marketing Podcast. Today, we are on the final part of the series of 12 content ideas to sell out your offers. I have loved doing this series and I hope you have loved listening to it. And in this final part of the series, I'm sharing 4 more content ideas that you can use to promote and sell out your offers. Because remember, selling is an everyday thing. You want to keep consistently selling, consistently talking about your offers one way or the other, whether you're directly selling it or whether you're indirectly talking about it. All right, so let's dive right into the episode. The 9th content idea is to share specific outcomes of your offer, right? So each and every offer that you have will have some specific outcomes, or at least it should have some specific outcomes that your clients feel like tangible outcomes that they can walk away with, that something would become easier for them, or they will learn something, or they will be able to implement something, or they will become faster at something or better at something, right? So what are those tangible outcomes? What are those specific outcomes for your offer? And then show them what that outcome will actually do for them, right? So one of the easiest way to do this is to use the I will teach you this so that you can. It's a very simple method, but trust me, it works so well because we want to simplify things. We want to keep it basic and simple so that our clients can understand what is this offer going to give them tangibly. What is it going to look like in their daily life, in their daily business, right? So to give you more examples of this, I will share my exact meal plan, or I will share my exact weekly meal prep process so that you never have to pick up junk food just because you're out of meal ideas, right? So that's a tangible thing because that's something that they're struggling with. They end up eating junk because they don't have meal prep under control. They don't know what their daily meal plan looks like. It's so hard to come up with meal ideas, honestly. And if someone is giving you their meal plan or giving you your exact meal prep process, it's so easy. Like it makes your life so easy, right? Another idea could be, I will show you how to create a ADD friendly morning routine so that you always have a great start to the day, no matter what. If you're someone with ADD, you know how difficult it is to have a consistent morning routine, right? It's really hard to have the same kind of routine every day, which drives people with ADD. I know how it feels, completely crazy. Like it's not possible for us to have a consistent morning routine unless there are some hacks or some ways that you can sort of nail that down. So if you are talking to people who are struggling with having a morning routine, and that's partly why they feel that they're not getting the success that they want in their life, this is going to appeal to them so much because it's showing them the problem that they have is going to get solved, right? So what are your specific outcomes? Really nail them down, like literally, if you have to write them in bullet points, write like 6 or 7 or 10, however many specific outcomes are there from your program, and create content around that. Okay. Now, 10th content idea is to talk about who did you design this offer for? Who is this person? What are they thinking? What are they feeling? What are they saying to themselves? What are their dreams and desires? What are the things that they will always do? So, what are their values? What are their principles? What are the things that they feel so aligned to? And what are the things that they will never do? So, what are things that they're not at all interested in doing? So, maybe that is like hustling, or maybe getting into people's DMs and pitching them on their DMs, or creating a really strict workout routine, right? Like, what is it that your clients will never do? So get really clear on who did you make this offer for. You literally have to step into their shoes and walk a mile in those shoes and see what the world looks like for them, and then talk about that in your content. Tell them that you know what's going on in their head. You know how it feels to wake up and once again go through the problems that they are going through, or have this really strong desire, but not knowing how to get there and how much that's bugging them, right? So share, who did you make this offer for? The 11th content idea is to share social proof. So you don't always need testimonials. You can share social proof in other ways as well. So every time your client has a win, share that, whether it is monetary or non-monetary. So if your client has had a 20K month, share that. Say something like, so excited that my client has had her first 20K month, cannot wait to recreate this magic with her. Or if your client who has been struggling with body image was finally able to wear a bikini and have her first swim in the ocean and not caring what anyone thinks, talk about that, right? And the best part of this is that you never have to name your clients when you're sharing these wins. So you don't need to feel like you're outing them in any way. But if there is any sensitive information, I will always say that make sure you're taking permission from your clients and you have their consent. Oh, this is also something that you can, include in your contracts, is that I will be sharing these wins without revealing your name. And that is something that they can agree to in the contract. So that's a great way to keep talking about your offer without constantly having to just talk about the offer, right? You can talk about the results in a very different way. So sharing your clients' wins, like every simple thing can be a win, whether they just started feeling more confident or whether they finally were able to take the first step towards where they want to go, right? Share all of that, because people love to celebrate. People love to see other people win, right? So when you're talking about that, it instantly builds your authority because you're the person helping them get those results. And B, it shows that you're so invested in your clients, not just monetary or, tangible wins, but also the intangible wins. How are they feeling? How much freedom they feel, or how much happier they feel in their life. So sharing all of that, again, it positions you as someone that your clients, your potential clients, want to work with. Now, we are going to come to the last content idea, and that is celebrating the momentum. So I just said, celebrate your clients' wins, but don't forget to celebrate your own wins. Every single time that you have a client sign up, or you have a conversation with a potential client, or you just feel that your views are going up, or maybe if you have a podcast, your podcast is charting in some countries, like share all of those things. Even if it is not directly linked to an offer, it still builds your authority. It still sells all of your offers. One of my favorite beliefs is that everything sells everything. So when you talk about any of your wins, whether it is related to a program or not, it will still end up selling your programs, because people will get curious. I love her vibe. She's celebrating all the time. There's so much happening in her world. There's so much momentum in her world. I want to know, what does she offer? And you never know, like they might just sign up for your most premium offer, right? So that's my last simple content idea. So these are not just like or content ideas that you just confine to a launch period or a promotional period. These are content ideas that you constantly keep using in your content. Keep building your authority, keep building your trust, keep creating emotion in your clients, and keep selling. So I hope you loved this series as much as I loved creating it. And if you have any feedback for me, or if you have any wins from creating content using these ideas, I would love to hear about it. Tag me on Instagram or DM me, or reach out to me on Facebook, or you can reach out to me on my email. Any way that you feel most comfortable, I would love to hear about your wins. So this was the whole series. We are going to bring in more series in the future. So if you have any ideas that you would love for me to talk about, I would love to know about those as well. So I'm ending this episode here, but I'll be back with more. Until then, stay brave. That's the episode for today. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I am thrilled to have you as part of the Brave Marketing community. Because this podcast is still brand new, it would mean so much to me if you could leave a 5-star review, as that will make it easy for other brave hearts to find this podcast and grow our community of rule breakers. Until next time, have a brave week ahead.